Hello everybody and welcome back. And the party are in a temple here, which is the temple they're looking for, as according to Maridin, that's where the pirates found the statue that they had, unwittingly, not realizing it would be their downfall. The temple from the exterior looked kind of like this. They have moved into the interior and they have been spotted by 4 troglodyte brutes. A troglodyte brute is my version of an upgraded troglodyte, because level 2 creatures don't really cut it anymore, unless there are about 20 of them. Let's begin with the good old initiative. And we win initiative. What are we going to do? Well, intentions. Donard is going to move up to 2 troglodytes. Carrick is going to do the same. Liz and Sylvia and Maridin are going to shoot. And again, Malin is holding off in case things get worse. So the movement round is Donard and Carrick closing distance. Actually, no, that's a bit daft. Movement should, for Carrick and Donard, they take up position to protect the archers, and it should be the troglodytes who have to close distance, and that's their turn. So missile is the usual 3 of them. I'll do Liz on 1, and she misses. I shall do Sylvia on 1, and does she hit armor class 4? They have a slightly better armor class as well. Her ranged attack was 14, so even with short range bonus, she hits and she does really well. She takes one from 18 to 9. Can Maridin do much the same? He can definitely hit, and he does 4 damage on 1, which takes it to 14. They have nearly double the hit points of a standard troglodyte as well. The troglodyte's turn is they close ranks with Donard and Carrick. Right, round number 2. We win initiative again, so I should also call out intentions beforehand. As before, Donard, Carrick gonna melee, missiles are gonna missile. Malin is standing back in case things get tough. Movement, there is no movement. Missiles. That becomes a 7 for short range, and Liz still misses. Sylvia, who seems to be on a roll, short range bonus makes that an 11, and her ranged attack was 14, so yep, she hits, and she wipes out one of the troglodytes that's on Donard. And Maridin misses. Okay, we have to make the nausea roll. I shall do Donard on the orange dice and Carrick on the green dice. And they both fail their saving throw versus poison, so they're nauseous. That means they have a -2 THAC0 penalty. I'll do Donard anyway. There is one on him. And he misses badly. Yep, that's nausea for you. Carrick, he seems to have spent most of this little run with his breakfast about to come up. Yes, well, he pulls no punches and he does 13 damage. One of his assailants is down to 5. Right, it's their go. They get 2 claw attacks and a bite attack. There are 3 of them left. I'll do the one on Donard, get that over with. Right, and they hit him for 3 points. He's down to 44. Does the boyo on him also get a bite in? No, he doesn't. There are 2 on Carrick. I shall do both their claw attacks first, then do their bite attacks joint. Right, with a THAC0 of 16, they hit armor class 2, the first one. The second one misses, and both of them have a chance to bite. Right, that hits armor class 0, which means it just misses him. Got off there. We're in round number 3. Intentions, same as before. And they win initiative. Right, there is no movement. Their melee round is as before. the one on Donard. Hits him again for another point. It's down to 43. And the bite hits -1. His AC is -2. The 2 on Carrick. Right, that hits him for a point. He's down to 25. That's a rasping claw on the back of his hand. Wow, and that is a rasping claw across the face. He's down to 20. And then they both get a bite on him. And those bites miss. Right, I have to say, being attacked by a troglodyte with 2 claws and a bite must be like getting mauled by a dog or something. So that was their round, our missile round. Sylvia, who is on a roll, is defending Donard. That roll is over. Right, let's do the fumble roll. Does she hit Donard for 1 point? 50% or less? No, that one just glances off his helmet. Both Maridin and Liz are shooting the one that's on Carrick. Maridin hits well and kills one of those. Liz hits well and kills the other one that's on Carrick. There is one left. Donard is on it. It's on full health. Right, 14. Yeah, he definitely hits and does 5 damage. It's down to 13. And our dwarf. Wow, yeah, fed up being nauseous. That has 6 damage. It's down to 7. Right, round number 4. It's joint. I'm going to check its morale. And its morale holds up. So I shall do its attack first. Intentions much the same. This one is on Donard. Its missiles first. It doesn't back off. So let's do Sylvia again. Wow, right. And she just kills him. There seems to be a transformation in Sylvia. She's turned into one of the biggest damage dealers. What will the party do? Well, I think definitely Carrick needs a Cure Light Wounds. So Donard will cast that on him. Okay, he's up to 24. And he might cast one upon himself. He's up to 48. I think Sylvia will use the Cure Light Wound Sword on Carrick. He's at 24 out of 31. Okay, and he's back up to 29. So they examine the room. They recognize the legs of the statues as being the 3 tentacles, but they can't put together the smashed bits to see what these creatures look like. They presume it will look like the small statues anyway, as what remains seems to resemble that. There's some stairs downward leading into darkness. Malin is going to light the lamp, and I'm going to keep track of the oil that we use. Let's just look at a cleric spell for a minute. This cleric spell here, Continual Light, which is permanent, a sphere of light 60 feet across. This creates a light as bright as daylight in a spherical volume of 30 feet radius. It lasts until the spell Magic or Continual Darkness is cast upon it. Creatures penalized by bright daylight, such as goblins, suffer the same penalties with this spell effect. Okay, I'm going to have to check that because I don't think there's a definitive list of creatures that suffer from daylight. If cast upon opponent's eyes, it makes them blind, reverse darkness. I've seen some people play this spell where they cast it upon an object and the object then doubles as a lantern, which is permanent. So if you were to cast it upon a dagger, or at least the blade of the dagger, you could sheathe the dagger, then pull it out, and you would have a continual lantern. The alternative is, I've heard that you can cast it upon, say, like a coin, put the coin into a bag, and then take it out whenever you need light. But here, it doesn't actually say the target, it just says an effect. But if we look at the light spell, if the spell is cast upon an object, such as a cleric's weapon, the light will move with the object. So I'm going to assume that Continual Light is just an upgraded version of this spell description. Interesting, but Donard has memorized Remove Curse, so he will have to think of that one at resting tonight. So the party have climbed down these stairs into this lower part of the temple. Well, they expect it to be a temple due to the pyramid above it. This is a 50 by 40 foot room, and the stairs go northward, and they can either branch off left or right. I shall do the usual decision dice for the party. Maridin does not get a decision. He's quite happy with that. So I shall do 1 to 3 for west and 4 to 6 for east. That seems to be 4 to 6 for eastward, with Donard and Sylvia not getting their way. So they're going to move and stop here. That's 1 turn of oil. And they come to a very narrow doorway. There's a 50% chance it will have a door in it, and there's a 50% chance the door will have rotted away. So 50 or less, and there is a door. And there is a door, so Liz is going to listen at the door. She feels confident she doesn't hear anything. Remember, her hearing has gone up to 1 to 4. So Carrick is going to go in first. And they discover that it is a prison cell. There's a few rotted things lying around and some rotted bones. So they come out again and go to here. And I will see if there is a door. There is a door. Given how shabby this place is, they think this is just another empty prison cell. Liz will have a listen. She doesn't hear anything, so Carrick will go in again first. It's much like this prison cell. There is nothing. Between creeping and watching, it will have taken them 1 turn to get through these. There's another prison cell here. I shall roll a dice, and if on a roll of 4 to 6, they decide to go in, they decide to leave this one. I should have checked to see if it had a door or whether the door had rotted away. That one definitely had a door. That's a roll of 1%. They come to this one, which is D. This one does not have a door. It's been rotted away. Will they go in? On a roll of 1 to 3, they will pass by. On a roll of 4 to 6, they will go in. They decide to go into this one. And in this one, there is a skeleton dressed in rotted leather armor. Carrick is first, and he will prod it with a spear. He asks Sylvia for her spear +1. She hands it over, he prods it, and this is a skeleton. But as he moves it, there's a small pouch underneath it. I'm going to roll an intelligence check for Carrick. He isn't very smart with an intelligence of 7, so if he rolls above 7, he might make a mistake. And he rolls an 18. So what he does is that he picks up the little leather pouch without testing it, and out jumps a tarantula, and it bites him for 1d4 +1 damage. That's 4 damage. He's on 25. That little beastie. He can make a save versus poison, which is a 6 for him. And he makes the save versus poison. If he failed that save, he would have had a tobacco penalty until bedtime. They're going to move around to here. That's another 1 hour of light gone. Are they going to check into any more of these prison cells? Carrick says no. So I'm going to make his decision no, and it's 1 to 3 yes, 4 to 6 no. He has already decided. And they pass on by that one. They creep down the hall to the next one. And they decide to go into this one. Does it have a door? It doesn't. So Carrick has nominated Donard to go in first, and this cell is just empty. And I think they will make it to here, and that is another 10 minutes. Remember, they're going at a very cautious speed here. I should have rolled for a wandering monster. I should have done it twice. The first time, there wasn't one. The second time, there wasn't one. so you roll for a wandering monster every 2 turns. Remember, troglodytes have a good camouflage, so the wandering monsters are troglodytes, and one can leap out at the party in the dark. So the corridor seems to go downward for some way. Will they go back to the entrance or continue onward? I think before they continue onward too far, well, personally speaking, I think it's good to sort of clear out areas close to the exit before you delve too deep. So they will walk back here, and they will walk back slightly quicker, but still with caution, so that's another 10 minutes. And they're back here. Now they have a third exit they didn't see from behind the stairs, so will they go southward or will they go westward? 1 to 3 is southward, 4 to 6 is westward. And that is a vote for southward. And it's our 2 magic users who wanted to go westward. So let's do what we normally do in dark dungeons. We'll stop about here and we will shutter the lantern. Sylvia and Carrick can creep forward. But they get to about here and they realise this chamber is lit and therefore their infravision won't work. So it is up to our thief to see if she can stealth forward. I will do a move silently roll, which for Liz is currently 75. Nobody is looking up this corridor, so I won't do a hide in shadows. And she easily makes her move silently roll, and she can make it to about here. And what does she see? This is a large room, 90 foot by 50 foot. It has exits in the north and south walls. In the centre of the room is a raised dais, 50 by 20 feet. It is topped with an altar. Between the walls and the dais, the room is lined with pillars. 8 lizard men are preparing the body of a dead ape that lies on top of the altar. And from the DM's point of view, each lizard man has a spear strapped to their back. It will take 1 round to grasp their weapons, giving the party a free attack, and this is on top of any surprise attack if successful. Regardless, if the party do nothing, the lizard men will attack. So Liz is going to creep back, and the party are going to get together and decide what to do. Lizard men, who we have encountered, are not that great a threat. I think we'll hold off on the magic until things get a bit hairy. It's times like this when I wish one of our party had memorized sleep spell. They don't. Okay, so let's set this fight up. I'm going to roll to see if the party gets surprise. The lizard men are busy. The party don't get surprise. So as soon as the party enter into this chamber, the lizard men are aware of them. It will take the lizard men 1 turn to get their weapons ready, so in a sense that does give the party a free attack. Intentions, Donard and Carrick are each going to strike one of the nearest lizard men. Liz, Sylvia and Maridin are each going to pick one of their own targets to shoot. Malin is at the back holding the lamp. It's like the good old days. Let's get this over and done with. Let's just blast our way through these 8 lizard men. So it's missiles first. Sylvia. They have an AC of 5 with a short range bonus. She gets a +1, just hits. Takes 6 points off 1. Liz. Misses. Maridin. Hits well. He aims well. Must have just struck a shoulder, but that is still 3 points off it. Melee round. That's Donard, who does max damage and cleans out one of the lizard men. And Carrick, seeing that, thinks he can do better. And, well, he doesn't quite clean out the lizard man, but he certainly hits well. The lizard man that's on him is down to 2 HP. They only have 10 each. Right, it's round number 2. Let's roll for initiative. They've taken out their spears. And they're ready to fight. Okay, there are 7 left. Well, if they throw their spears, they don't have another spear to throw, so they can't really do missile rounds, so they have to close in. So what's going to happen? 2 on Donard, 2 on Carrick, and the remaining 3 are going to use this as a movement round, and they're going to go round the back and they're going to take on the 3 archers. This means Liz, Sylvia and Maradin are going to have to switch weapons, so I should have done intentions first. Sylvia, Liz and Maradin were going to shoot 3 of the lizard men. They can still do that because there are 4 on Donard and Carrick. However, 3 lizard men have closed distance with them, which means the next round they are in melee range with ranged weapons, so they're going to have to spend the next round swapping over to their melee weapons. Right, so I'm going to do the 4 lizard men on Donard and Carrick. They do 1d6 each. That's nice and easy. The 2 on Donard both miss. The 2 on Carrick, they have a stack of 17, so that hits Carrick for 4 points. He's down to 21. We might need to use a healing potion because we're out of all magical healing for him. So that is the lizard man round. 4 of them attacked, 3 of them moved. I'm going to say that the ones that Liz and Sylvia and Maradin were targeting are the ones that decided to go and attack them hand to hand. That makes sense. These lizard men didn't like being shot at. It means our missile round can't really happen because these lizard men are within melee distance and you can't shoot at that distance. It is our melee round. Now we don't have hold person, we have a light spell, bless spell, a protection from fire spell, though we don't have fireball. I don't think we prepped our spells very good. So Donard fumbles, hits his kneecaps. Carrick, the one on him only has 2 hit points left. That's a miss. Okay, not a very good round from us. So it's round number 3. They get initiative. Sorry, let's do intentions. Our 3 archers, they're going to take out their swords and shields. Liz doesn't have a shield, so this means they can't attack. Donard and Carrick are still in the thick of their own combat. We have 7 lizard man attacks. Let's do the 2 on Donard. Both miss. Let's do the 2 on Carrick. Both miss, just. Let's do the 1 on Sylvia, whose armor class is 3. Right, and that hits her for 6 points. She's down to 15. Let's do the 1 on Liz, whose armor class is 3. She doesn't get a shield. That one misses her. And Maradin's armor class, it's 5 at the minute. That's his leather armor plus a 2 dex bonus. And it hits him for 3 points. He's down to 24. Right, that's their attack round. Our attack round, well, we've done the movement. That's the getting out of the weapons. We don't have a missile or spells. It's melee, and hopefully Donard can crush the one that's on him. He can. Well, he doesn't quite crush one. It's down to 1 hit point. And Carrick, who can't fail to kill if he strikes. Oh my god. He fails to strike again. So it's round number 4. We get initiative. Good. Sorry, I keep forgetting to name intentions first. Obviously, it's all melee combat from here on in. Let's do our d6 dice. That's Donard. The one on him is at 1 HP. Yep, and it is dead. Liz, who has a melee THAC0 of 13, largely due to a sword +2 and +2 for training bonus, so she gets a hefty +4 onto this. And that's good enough to hit and take her lizard man down to 3 hit points. Do the people with long swords. Sylvia has no longsword skill, neither does Maradin, but she has a sword +2, and the lizard man that's on her has only 4 hit points anyway. Her melee THAC0 is 15, she misses. Maradin hits. He gets a +1 strength bonus, so he does 4 points. The one on him is down to 3. Right, it's their go. Okay, let's do the 2 on Carrick. Right, he gets whacked for 5 points. He's down to 16. Let's do the 1 on Donard, which fumbles badly. I'll do the 1 on Liz first. Misses her. The 1 on Sylvia. She has a shield +1, so her armor class has gone to 1. That one misses. And there's 1 on Maradin. His armor class has dropped to 4. He has got his shield. Still gets whacked for another 3 points. Shield or none. He's down to 21. Round number 5. Let's roll for initiative. We get initiative again. Intentions, it's just melee all the way through. Malin could have put the lantern down and thrown a dagger. It's a bit late for that. He has been known to hit people in the back of the head, and this bottleneck here is too tight for him to get really line of sight. So let's do our d6 dice. Let's do Donard. There's a fresh lizard man on him with 10 hit points. Right, he hits it and he takes 6 off, down to 4. The 1 on Liz has only 3 hit points left. She can't fail to kill it if she hits. She fails to hit. There's that clause. Let's do the D8 people. Sylvia's lizard man has 4 hit points left, and it is dead. Maradin's lizard man has 3 hit points left, and he fails to hit it. And we're going to do Carrick. There are 2 on him. One of them only has 2 hit points left. He fails to hit it. What is going on here? So it is their go. It's melee as usual. There is 2 on Carrick. Both of those miss. There is 1 on Donard, who misses. There is 1 on Sylvia, who hits and does 3 points. She's down to 12. There's 1 on Liz, who hits and takes just 1 point. She's down to 24. There is 1 on Maradin, who hits AC 5, and Maradin luckily has his shield up and has AC 4. And we'll have to get him shield +1, or at least get him plate mail armor. So we're under round number 6. Okay. We win initiative again. That's good. 3 initiatives in a row. Same format as before. Liz fumbles her lizard man. Donard, it only has 4 hit points left. Hits it and he does 5, kills it. Sylvia is going to help out Liz, so she's going to switch to that lizard man. It has 3 hit points left. Her melee Thaco is 15. She just hits AC 5 and kills that one. Maradin is defending himself. And yes, finally, we get some good dice rolls. So our 3 archers have fought off their ones. There are 2 on Carrick. Let's see if he can kill one of them. Yes, he does. That's a 19, okay. Right. There's 1 lizard man left. It's on Carrick. They have a morale of 12. They won't give up fighting. I believe they may be controlled by the troglodytes. Don't know. I haven't thought of any mythology as to why lizard men are consorting with troglodytes. But let's see if this one hits Carrick. It misses. Clearly, its morale may have held up, but it is still panicking. Round number 7. And we have a chance to finish it. We have got 2 people in melee range automatically. That's Carrick, who hits it just. He hits AC 4, and look at that damage dice. Wipes it off the face of the earth. Wow, that fight went on a lot longer than I thought. We took a lot of damage. Let's just do a quick review. Liz is on 24. Sylvia is just on 12. Carrick is down to 16. Donard is on 48. Still has plenty. And Maridin is on 21. So both our demi-humans, Sylvia and Carrick, are quite vulnerable. We do have healing potions. I think I'm going to leave it here for today. This was a very combat-orientated game. We're going to rest up. We have no idea how big this temple is, and we have a feeling that if we slaughter half the occupants, the other half will raise the alarm and make things difficult. We might just continue on ahead and try and clear this out in one delve, rather than giving the enemies a chance to regroup. So, with all that in mind, I will see you all next time. Okay, see you then.